Welcome to yinyoga.com. I am Bernie Clark. If you're looking for information on yin yoga, what it is, how to do it, the benefits of the practice, you may find that this site is a great starting place, and one that you'll come back to often. If you don't know about yin yoga at all, it may be valuable to view this introduction video right here. You'll be shown a short video overview of yin yoga, and then you can come back to this welcome page and discover the many other sources of detailed information. There is a lot in this site, which is why I've created this video guide. You'll be taken to some of the back streets and out-of-the-way corners where you may find some interesting nuggets of information. First, let's look at the welcome page here. The keys of the site are found on these tabs, and we'll dive into those in detail in a moment, starting with the most popular ones. But before you leave this page, on the right-hand side of the page, you'll see our advertising strip. Here you have quick links to two books. My current book called The Complete Guide to Yin Yoga, and a link to buying the PDF version of my first book, Yin Sights. Below these, there's a nice graphic showing the current phase of the moon. That's for those yogis who follow the Eastern tradition of not practicing yoga on the days of a full or new moon, sort of a lunar Sabbath or day of rest. If you go down to the bottom of this first page, you will see three quick links to some of the more popular pages. The YouTube Yin Yoga channel, which has many video explanations of the most common yin yoga poses, the newsletters page, which has an archive of past Yin Sight newsletters, and the forum page where there are hundreds of threads discussing a wide range of topics relating to yoga in general and yin yoga specifically. The forum tab and the Yin Sight tabs are the most commonly visited areas of the site. So, let's start with what's in Yin Sights. Remember, Yin Sights was my first book on yin yoga. When you select this tab, you see that it is expanded into several places where you can dive into the book. At the top is an explanation about what the book is and how to order it. Yin Sights is out of print now that the Complete Guide to Yin Yoga has been published, but the full Yin Sight book is still available for viewing both online here or by PDF, which you can buy here or here. There are a limited number of hard copy versions of Yin Sight still available, but they're not in perfect conditions. How to read this book. There are two main sections to Yin Sights. The front part of the book describes the philosophy of yoga and the benefits of yin yoga from both an Eastern and Western point of view. The second part of the book describes how to practice yin yoga. You can find the chapters heading here in the table of contents, or you can delve deeper and look at the detailed table of contents here. Many questions that are asked on the forum are answered in these pages, so you may find yourself coming back to this area many times. The single most popular area of yinyoga.com is here, the asanas. And you can find this through the table of contents on Yin Sights, but it may prove quicker to select this tab. If you've never visited our asana page before, this first page is the best place to start. Here you'll discover how we have set up the asana descriptions, starting with a picture of the pose, a list of its benefits, who should be cautious attempting the pose, how to get into and come out of the postures, and much more. Next, you'll want to look at the actual poses themselves. On this page, you'll find a list of the most common yin yoga postures. Because yin yoga is a slow, quiet practice with long-held postures, we don't need a lot of poses to effectively work the body. A couple of dozen suffice, although each pose has many variations. The names that are shown in red also include a video description of the pose. So let's look at the dragons as an example. You see at the top of this page a video explaining the dragon pose. This video is a complement to the text shown below. Some people love to learn by reading, but others prefer to watch the pose being demonstrated. Each asana video has an option to do the pose in a guided way. That is what these bottom three videos are. They are guided practices taking you through the posture with several different variations. For the dragon, there are three options to choose from, but most asanas will only have one selection available. In the textual description of the pose, you will also find many options provided. Pictures here are valuable, and there are also text descriptions of the options. Coming back to the tab area, you may also want to study how to do the practice before you actually attempt the yin yoga postures. This tab will lead you directly to the section in Yin Sites where the practice of Yin Yoga is explained. This is a shortcut, but you can also get here via the table of contents. You will find lots of information in this section of the book that doesn't show up in the videos or in the forum, so spend some time investigating all of this. Here is the expanded table of contents, showing what is available. There's information on how to practice, when to practice, how to create sequences and flows, how to incorporate energy and breath work. There is even information on gentler yang flows, more yin-like vinyasas, such as a mini sun salutation and the lovely floating cloud salutation. As mentioned, Yin Sight was the first book. Today, a new book, called The Complete Guide to Yin Yoga, has effectively replaced Yin Sights. The differences between the two books are described in this page here. The Complete Guide to Yin Yoga contains an expanded and updated descriptions of the asanas, some newer flows and sequences, Yin Yoga for the upper body, and other information not found in Yin Sights. However, the asanas that you just saw have all been updated to match the Complete Guide to Yin Yoga content. So in this way, they are more current than what is in Yin Sights, even the PDFs. There was a lot of philosophy of yoga in Yin Sights which did not make its way into the Complete Guide to Yin Yoga. I just finished writing another book that will offer what is missing and adding some more stories. The new book will be called Storytime, Stories for Yogis and Myths for the West. I'm not sure when this book will be available, so wish me luck in getting it published. Okay, back to the tabs. There's another way to view the asana videos. You can go directly to the YouTube Yin Yoga channel. Here you'll find all the same Yin Yoga asanas listed both by explanation and by performance. You will find that these videos, these performance videos, can be linked together like a playlist. So you can do a complete guided practice. You can choose a really short 10-minute practice, a 30-minute practice, several 60 or 90-minute offerings, and they target different areas of the body, the hips, the legs, or the spine. Or you can just choose individual poses and create your own playlist flows. Remember to start with a meditation, short or long, and finish with a shavasana, again, short or long. Another source of sequences or flows can also be found in Yin Sights. Notice that there are again flows for the hips, the spine, and the legs, but also for the kidney meridians and the liver meridians. You may find the wall yin flow delicious and the yin-yang fusion practice fun. Okay, now that we're back in Yin Sights, let's show you some other nuggets. As you will discover, in the asana descriptions, we talk about which meridian lines are affected by the practice, by the poses. The meridians are described and mapped out here. Since Yin Yoga targets mostly the lower body, you will want to understand these 6 lower body meridians. Understanding the Eastern concepts of energy will also be helpful, and this too is discussed in Yin Sights as well as in the Complete Guide to Yin Yoga. Now, coming back to the practice and the flows, well, it's nice to be able to watch the flows on the Yin Yoga YouTube channel. For a more polished class, you can link to myyogaonline.com. They have several Yin Yoga practices, including both live classes filmed at the Semperviva Yoga Studios and several recording studio classes, again with a variety of themes. You will also find several short videos discussing various aspects of yoga practice and philosophy available here on My Yoga Online. For the ecologically minded, there is a completely free offering of a presentation called Yoga for the Planet, which talks about climate change and the 3 big easy things we can do about it. If you like this, please let others know about it too. The next most popular part of the site, after the asana section, is the forum. Here's where you can ask questions about yoga in general and yin yoga in particular. To make it easier to find a topic you're interested in, we have broken the threads into groups. There are discussions about the asanas, creating flows and sequences, about prenatal yoga and other fertility topics, about the spine, the hips, the knees, and other miscellaneous body bits, and also about energy, that mysterious thing sometimes called prana or chi, the breath. A little lower, you'll find a place where, if you're a yin yoga teacher, you can request to be added to the yin yoga teacher directory, which we'll cover soon. Now, back up to the top, here's a thread that yin yoga teachers can use to advertise their own workshops and training programs. Many students are keen to study yin yoga, but don't know where to go to find trainings. Check here, list here. You can also check this tab, upcoming events. I offer 4 yin yoga teacher trainings each year, 1 per season. The August, November, and February courses are 1-week intensives, 50 hours, held in Vancouver, Canada at the Semper Viva Yoga Studios. In May, we move slightly north to Whistler, BC, where we offer a 60-hour retreat amid the beautiful and yin-like West Coast rainforest. This retreat is limited in numbers and always sells out very early. If you can't make it to Vancouver to study, there are links here to the most senior yin yoga teachers in the world and their training schedule. Paul Grilly and Sarah Powers offer training year-round and around the world. Polly Zink travels quite a bit in North America, while Biff also teaches in the US and Europe. The next most frequent place that people visit is the teacher directory. Here you can search for a yin yoga teacher near you. Yin is growing, and there are more and more teachers around, so hopefully you can find someone to guide you through this wonderful practice. For teachers wanting to be listed in the directory, just follow the instructions on the form as we saw before, or here on the Contact Us page. Please email us the information requested, along with a small head and shoulders photo. Now we come to the Insights newsletter, which is released once a quarter and sent to everyone who has signed up on this mailing list. You can subscribe here as well. The back issues are all stored here, so if you are new to the site, you can read the past newsletters. As you see, the main theme of each newsletter is mentioned in the title. One theme that we refer to quite often in classes is the Goldilocks position, so you may want to read this article soon. It's a very important concept, regardless of the type of yoga you practice. Also, if you have knee problems, this article goes over the yin-like practice that many people have found useful. If you love having your legs up the wall, this article on wall yin may be the most delicious yin yoga practice you'll ever do. Check out all the articles over time. There have been many great articles about yin yoga written by Paul Grilly and Sarah Powers, and you can find links to those articles through this tab. Here is a list of Paul's articles. To find a similar list for Sarah, visit her website here. Over time, I intend to add links to research which I find fascinating and relevant to yoga. These links are here. Again, browse through all this at your leisure. There's a lot more good stuff hidden within. But if you're still curious and want to learn more, there are many other great resources, which you can find through the Resources and Links page. I leave you to explore all of this on your own. Yin is in. Enjoy the journey. Namaste.